Hello, my name is Mr. Wyrick. Welcome to your first real geometry lesson of this year's geometry class. We're going to talk about a few things, but the very first thing I want you to do is go get your book from wherever you have your book. If you have your book up at the school, you'll need to take care of this later. But I want you to get down definitions of point, line, plane, collinear, and coplanar from the information that's in your textbook. Make sure you get a good definition, and I would include a picture if a picture is going to help you out. Now I'm going to talk about each of these things real quick. A point is what happens when you have a single dot that exists in space. Now, it doesn't really have any width or depth or height. It just is a frame of reference for dealing with something. When we start to get further into geometry and we're doing some constructions, we'll use different points that are named on the Cartesian coordinates or the graph as you're used to it to put together a shape so that you know what that shape is. A line is any 2 points connected. Okay, sometimes a line will be drawn separate. There won't be many points put on it. Sometimes it'll have 5 or 6. But basically you need to have an understanding that a line has like length or width, but not necessarily both. It goes on forever in both directions as well. Otherwise it's a line segment or array, which we'll get to. Now, a plane is any kind of flat surface that can contain points and lines. So the whiteboard here would be a plane, your floor would be a plane, the top of your desk would be a plane. If you lay your phone down, the screen of your phone would be a plane. Collinear means things that exist on the same line, and then coplanar would be things that exist on the same plane. Now, if you will turn to the Check Your Understanding in the book, I want you to take a look through these, pause the video after I finish this, see if you can answer them, and then unpause it. Let me talk you through some of the answers here. On number 1, a point containing X, or a line containing X, X and R are both points on that line, so you could call that line XR or line RX, or there's a small cursive letter there, so it could be line M. On number 2, same kind of thing. It could be line L, or it could be RZ. Z is not coplanar with the other points, so it kind of has to be that RZ or ZR going through there. A plane containing points W and R, those are both on plane B. You have to see where the label is for that plane. On the next section, a geometric term modeled by the object, a tightrope would be a line, and a floor would be a plane, just like we discussed earlier. On number 6, if we're drawing and labeling a figure, a line and coordinate plane that contains 0, -5, and 3, 1, and C that is not collinear. 0, -5 is down 5. 3, 1 is over 3, up 1. So there's these 2 points. That's A and B. I believe I have those correct. If C is supposed to not be collinear, it can't fall on that line. So I could put it somewhere like over here. That would be acceptable. Anywhere I put it is fine as long as it's not going to intersect that line. We can skip a few of the others. How many planes are shown in the figure on number 8? There's the 2 triangles, the 2 sides, and the bottom. So that's 5 different ones there in that triangular prism. Are points B, D, and F coplanar? In this case, they are. If you think of the triangle as a single plane, it will work. If you're trying to look at the side, it won't work. So you have to be careful at how you're looking at the object and how you picture things in 3 dimensions. If we look at the last part there, the astronomy map, are Polaris, Star 2, and Star 6 coplanar on the map? Yes, they are. Now, if you go out in 3 dimensions and you're looking at the star map, do they really line up? Maybe not. But the way that they are illustrated as the constellation, they all appear on that same plane to come together to make that constellation. If you have further questions over that Check Your Understanding, make sure and come in and ask about it. If I didn't explain something well enough for you, make sure to come and ask me about it. And we will start with the practice and problem solving when you come to class.